going on, people? Just finishing up some DMs, and I want to take this chance to talk to you a bit about why businesses struggle with posting content. I'm going to keep it to Instagram, but this can apply to all social media platforms out there. Why do businesses struggle with posting content online? So, to get this clear, if you're not on social media right now, you're missing out on the biggest market there is at the moment. All your customers are online, all your competitors are online. Why are you not online? It is almost an essential for most businesses out there that aren't well established, that are looking to grow further. If you're well established and you're making multi-millions a year and stuff like that and you're set, you don't even need to be watching this video, you can click right off. But you're watching this because you understand that there's a market out there that you are not taking advantage of, and you know social media is the easiest way to access a new audience of people, a new batch of customers. And I'm going to run you through a lot of the mistakes and struggles businesses have when creating content online. One of the biggest misconceptions businesses have when thinking of starting posting online. So everyone has this goal of going viral, right? They believe that, viral is the epitome of success on social media, and it's a sign of progress. And you're right, it is a sign of progress, right? It is a sign. You don't just go viral on your very first post, very rarely. But it's not the game we're playing. If you're a creator or someone who just posts to post, posting your life or posting someone with no real goal or value, which is not what we're doing, that's fair enough. You can chase likes, you can chase millions in views, all that stuff, but that's not the game we're playing. We're playing a different game. We're playing the business game of social media, and that works a little differently. We are not here to get a million random viewers. We're here to get 10,000 viewers who want what we sell or want what we offer. That is what we're playing. 10,000 is just a random number. A million would be brilliant. But we want targeted audiences. We want specific people watching it. We don't care about people that don't want our service. We couldn't care less. They'll never buy from us. They're not in need of what we have to solve for them. They're not a concern of ours. We care about the people we can help. That is what we post about. And a lot of people I catch posting random stuff. I tell people to post behind the scenes, and they're posting stuff that's too irrelevant. There's a balance, and the business game is balancing the business side to the lifestyle side, because you need a bit of both, but at the same time we are here to make business. So yes, is going viral a good thing? Yes. But do not chase trends, do not chase stupid videos, do not think about just having the latest audio. Just think, does this speak to my target audience? That is the most important. If you can look at a video you've made and say, does this resonate with who I'm trying to sell to? If the answer to that is yes, post away. If you look at that as like, just looks like something else I see on my feed, then no. Because most of the stuff you see on your feed is mainly just to entertain. It's not there. You never click on their profile. You never buy from their website because they mightn't even have one. All those memes and stuff you see on your For You page that get millions of views. Yeah, great, it looks amazing. They're making nothing off that. If you look at a lot of the followers they have nowadays, it hasn't even gone up by much because people simply look at the reel and keep scrolling. They might like it, but they won't do anything more than that. They'll go no further. They don't find the person particularly interesting. A lot of those accounts are anonymous. So nowadays especially, don't confuse viral with success, because it might be success to the person who is just posting to post and posting for attention. Viral is your goal if you're just trying to get attention, aimless attention. if you're trying to get targeted attention from the particular sector of people you want to see you, then viral is a success. Businesses rely too much on being creative. You don't have to be a particularly creative person to be on social media, because creativity runs out for everyone. Not everyone can wake up and have amazing content ideas hit them every day. Some days you have it, some days you don't. It's a bit like motivation. And if your strategy falls around you coming up with the content on the day, it rarely does work, because you as a business owner are very busy and you can't or don't want to be spending much time thinking of content, thinking of what will do great that day. You want to have that already set in place. And right now, having that creativity mindset where you're not relying on any strategy or any scaffolding, it's just, okay, think of today's post. But you might be wrecked after meetings, you might be out for deliveries, you might be dealing with staff, might have a high influx of customers that day. It's not sustainable for you to constantly have to think of a creative content topic for that day. The alternative for that, you might be asking, is a social media strategy. Something you can fall on, so you don't have to be thinking every single day. Something that takes the thinking out of it and you just follow the framework. And that works on a long-term scale. And social media is a long-term game. It is not something where you can post a couple creative videos and it'll go viral or you'll have a success. No, it is something that requires consistent hitting the right points every week, every month, for months, and for even longer than that. And with a strategy that has it all played out, a literal playbook that you just follow, it's just a path. All you have to do step by step, follow the path. It will take all the thinking, all the energy, all the headache out of it. And for someone who's already busy enough as it is, that is, I imagine, what you'd rather do than have to think, oh, and I can't even think of a topic today. Oh, we did this last week, we did this. No, you don't want that. You want something that's easy. Oh, today's content is supposed to be about X. For a lot of you experienced business owners out there, you don't need to learn new information. You don't. You just need to show what you know online. You know more than most of these feckin' gurus online do anyway. A lot of those guys are ChatGPTing, Googling, all of that. That's what they're doing to get the attention. They're combining flashy editing and speaking a certain way and a good setup with mediocre information. You have the skin in the game. You've been around for ages. You know the industry inside and out, and you have the information they don't, because you have it from raw experience. You don't need to go Googling anything. You understand it all, and you have tons of case studies, examples, experiences to share online to back that up. So you don't need to, for anyone thinking, oh, what do I say? You could talk forever. If you just understood that, it's just showing what you know and proving to these people, hey, I'm legit, I know my stuff. You could talk forever because you've put in those reps. For those newer businesses, they don't have that advantage, and they have to lean on other things. And they'd be looking at your content thinking, oh wow, yeah, geez, this person's ahead of me. Because you know that you are ahead of them. Because you've been in business longer. It makes sense. Some of you businesses overemphasize equipment. Please, 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 for the last time, you do not need a lot of equipment. I was talking with someone, I reached out to them a while ago, and they were really interested in getting social media started. And then they chatted to me about, oh, well, to get the start, I'll need to, how much do you cost? Okay, I need to factor in your cost. And then she was like, oh, then I need to factor in a cameraman's cost, this person's cost, like she was thinking of hiring on a whole team for this stuff. I was like, relax. Like, she was a small enough business. She clearly had money to do it, but she didn't need to bring in everyone. She wanted to invest. And I was like, relax, you don't need that. You have a phone. What phone do you have? iPhone. Brilliant. That's enough. That is enough. I said this in the last video, good enough is good enough, because you're going to spend all this money on a whole new team, a whole new camera crew, all that stuff. And when you've just begun, your content's not going to really perform that great anyway. You need to put in the reps, you need to put in the posts to build that momentum, to get noticed by the algorithm. There's no point investing all that in right now. Maybe later on when you're down the line and you've built a good audience and social media is really paying off for you, yeah, reinvest that. But we're only getting started here. You're only starting your journey now. There's no point. And you don't need fancy ring lights. You don't need fancy LEDs. This is just my room setup. This is nothing. But you do not need. All you need is a tidy space and good natural lighting, and you're sorted. It's very, very simple. You can keep it as simple as you want, or you can make it as complicated as you want. But I recommend on the simple side, so you don't lose your mind in the get-go. Businesses who do not have a strategy for social media will crumble. It's like taking the path with ankle weights, because you're making it unnecessarily hard by not having a simple framework to follow when you're posting. Your strategy lets you know exactly what you're doing it for every day. Your strategy lets you know exactly what you're posting, why you're posting it, and every day you know your strategy. You're clear on, okay, today I need to make a post that aligns with the rest of the posts that I've been posting so far. So there's an alignment, there's a pattern in all your posts. Your strategy is, what am I using social media for my business? Good. Once I've answered that, okay, what do I post that makes sense to achieve this goal? Good. Once you have all that stuff, all those questions you have, what to post, why you're doing social media, who are you targeting, like the demographics, what do you have that you can lean on, what resources do you have, all these things. When you have all those answered, you can just fall onto that and just read. Okay, I have that. I have this. Boom. Let's just follow that. Boom. There's your post. That's your day sorted. Very, very simple. A strategy takes all the headache and all the energy, all the wasted energy that could be going into more important stuff in your business. It does not need to be that tiring, and a strategy is going to make it as simple as possible. What topics to post? That is obviously very niche dependent or industry dependent, but the three main are always going to be your educational, your promotional, and your entertaining. Those are your three big categories. And again, your big two, your more important two, are your educational and your promotional, especially in the beginning when you're trying to create a reputation. People online don't know you. Your in person or your face-to-face customers will know you, but online they don't know you. They're only seeing you, and especially when you can't see the person face-to-face, it's a lot harder to get to trust that person. So what's the easiest way to trust them? Show that you know your stuff and show that you're a good person. That's the two easiest ways, and that is as simple as it needs to be. All of you, I guarantee, some of you might be using it better than others, but I guarantee all of you guys are underusing your unique selling points. And your unique selling points is, what is different about you or your business? What is different? Do you guys run? Are you extra close with your staff? Are you very involved in your local community? Are you a pet person? Do you like the outdoors? Do you like fashion? Do you have a really very nicely colored delivery van? Do you have a very nice shop? Do you have a rustic shop? Do you have a rundown shop? All that can be marketed and all that can be shown online, because that is a characteristic of your business. And the more characteristics of your business you can show online, that gives people an image of you, something different, something unique, something that they can break down more than just what your business is. Like if you're a clothing brand, great. There's thousands of clothing brands. What's different about you? Are you a clothing brand that runs events like 7am? That's a local business in Cork. Is there Are you a clothing brand that is into fitness? Are you a clothing brand that's into swimming? And then even further, are you into sea swimming? Are you into sea swimming and sauna? Are you into competitive swimming? What are you into? And then further than that of what you're really into, show people who actually live that life. Show the community. Show the friendships in that. Show how they work, the dynamics. People love that because that creates a sense of FOMO. And for some reason, you just want to buy the clothing, so you feel part of that group. You feel like an insider now. And if you have a newsletter, then you send people exclusive emails, and now you are an insider. Like it's these things that you can fold and create sequences and all these things. That determines what your unique selling points are. Look at your life, look at your business, look at how people view your business, or how you want your business to be viewed, more importantly, and lean on that to display what's unique about you, so people don't just see you as another florist on social media and scroll right past. These last 2 points are going to be a bit more kind of, they're going to be real issues that I think need to just be solved, and it's going to be a step. The other issues have just been misconceptions so far, perspectives that I think need to be changed. These are 2 things that I believe you just need to get straight. Being afraid to show yourself on camera. Guys, firstly, if you're a business owner, I don't know why you have that problem, because you're already dealing with customers a lot, or have dealt with customers a lot. So I don't understand why being on camera is any different. And you can only but respect. You can only respect people for showing their face on camera. An old business I worked for, smaller business, a rug shop I worked for, the owner there, she's all about social media and stuff now, and she's really good on camera, really good. And that is something you really admire, because it's modern, it's taking the step. It's a new entrepreneurial skill, is a presence on camera, being able to communicate on camera to something that can't talk back to you. You have to be able to look at it, speak to it as if you're speaking to a person. And that is a skill that you can only admire. It is not something anyone's going to laugh at. It is not something anyone should be insecure about. It is simply a skill. And like I said, if you're not on social media, you are so far behind and just cutting so much customers out of your pile. So, and a business that's not on social media, or a business where you don't have someone or people on the page. It could be a staff member. Let's say the staff member really wants to be on social media, really wants to show their face and more than happy. Fair enough, they can be the face of it. But have someone, ideally the owner, but have someone who's talking to the camera, so you can make a connection, get to know it, have a voice, have a character talking to you. And that is something you're just going to have to, if that's something you've been putting off for a while, and that's one of the big reasons why you're not full sending social media, you need to understand that, okay, yes, maybe in the beginning you won't be very good. And that's the fun. That's the fun human part of it. You can record the bloopers, record the record the retakes. That's the fun in it. That's the human aspect in it. People only like that. They don't look at that and say, oh geez, I don't. If something's too perfect, people find that a bit skeptical, because it's not human. There has to be flaws for it to be human. Like I said, in the flower shop that I last worked with, the dogs were chewing up stems, you know? If this was a big clean environment and the dogs were sitting down on the side and stuff, I don't think people would find that half as funny or half as relatable. The dogs are chewing up the stems, they're drinking water from a few flower pots. It's funny and it's real. You'd think, if you're a dog person, you'd think your dog would be doing the same thing. So stop taking appearing on social media so serious. It's something that can only benefit you, and whether you're good at it, great, get started. Don't know why you haven't started now. And if you're not good at it, embrace the journey of getting good at it, because that is something you could document as well. hi, my name is Michelle, I own a jewelry shop, and I'm stepping online. And now this is, you don't have to exactly say this, but that's what people are seeing. It's like, oh, this lady's been in business for 20 years and now she's going online and she's only getting used to going on camera. That's that's amazing. People love that. So much people love that. People say, well done, Michelle. You'll have a lot of good comments from people who already know you, and a lot of these new businesses will be, wow, this lady knows her stuff. I have a business just like this in my local area. Wow, this is really familiar to me. That was a very long point. And the last thing is, a lot of you guys have too poor a setup. Yes, you don't need a perfect setup, like a perfect studio, perfect paint, perfect stuff, but make your setup tidy. Just make it aesthetic enough on camera, you know? Don't have, tissues or, cloth. You need to make it decent on camera. Don't make it a sloppy place. You can make it, I'm not saying it has to be a cover of Vogue setup. I'm saying it just needs to look presentable. The same way mine is. You see, you have my notebook, my thing. You don't know what's going on behind my room. You don't know the mess that I could have thrown to the side. Maybe 5 minutes before I press record, this place was an absolute state. Some of you might still think it's a state, but you still make an effort to make the place look presentable. And that basic upkeep, have a clean space, and that's just a non-negotiable. Most of you guys don't have that problem, but for some of you who just think you can just pick up a camera and record, just make the place look a little tidy. You're here to create an impression as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just me covering maybe some of the misconceptions, some of the wrong ideologies that come with businesses starting social media, and yeah, some of the fears maybe people have. I hope this answers a lot of your questions, and if you want me to make a part 2 or another video, let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later.